Alright, welcome back to another video by Firestarter Graphics and Engineering. Today we're going to continue our SketchUp course on threads. So I've done two parts to this series. The first one was just how to use the extension Draw Helix to do some accurate threads. And then the second one was actually how to draw a helix without any extensions, so if you're using the web version, to get accurate threads. Now part 3 is going to be using the same helix, but now we're going to create the chamfer, because you're used to seeing threads that have just the tip right here. And now we're going to actually chamfer those, and it's really simple to do. And so that's what this video is going to be all about. And we're going to start from scratch so that you guys can follow along. Now I'm going to be using the extension to draw the helix, but remember, you can use if you're using the web version, you can go ahead and make your helix. Just follow the other tutorial in the video. So I'm going to start off with everything that we used last time: 3mm start radius, end radius, 1mm pitch, 48 segments, and 10 rotations. Go ahead and accept those. It's going to place that there. So what we're going to do now is we need to figure out, if we look at the picture, this is just our pitch divided by 8. So pitch is 1. So divide that by 8, that's 0.125 millimeters. This one is just 1/4 of a millimeter. So really simple. So what we're going to do is, the first thing, I'm going to take this, we're going to hit M for move, and we're going to move it right along the center, and we're going to hit Control, and we're going to move one of them up, and we're going to go 0.5. Okay, now why didn't I just rotate it like I did last time? Well, because last time we didn't care when we rotated it. If you look, these are all made up of line segments, right? When we rotated it 180 degrees, those line segments were off from each other by 180 degrees. But that didn't matter because we weren't making chamfers. Now that we are, we need the geometry between this endpoint and this endpoint to match up exactly. So that's why you move it up a little bit. So now it's moved. So this is going to be our inner, and this is going to be our outer. So what we need to do now is, I'm going to hide. Actually, I'm going to explode this, and I'm going to make it a component because I want to name things right now. Come on, right click on it. Okay, it's really hard to right click, so go to edit and make component. We're just going to call this our inner diameter. And yes, if it already has that name, go ahead. Okay, so now I'm going to hide it. Okay, so this one, this is our outer, and we'll name it here in a second. So we know that the outer crest, or the chamfer, is 0.125. So go ahead and hit M for move. Go to the origin, hit Control, go up, and 0.125. Okay. Now select the other group, explode, edit, make component, call it outer diameter. Okay. So now that we have that, let's go ahead, unhide this one, hide this one. So now we're dealing with this one. We're going to hit M, still at the origin here, and Control for up, Control for copy, and then hit the up arrow to move along blue, and 0.25 because it's our inner diameter, and hit OK. Now technically what we should do is, hold shift, hold Control, explode them both, and then remake them into a component called inner diameter. And yes, replace it. Okay, so now we have these 4 helixes. Okay, and I imagine you know what we're going to do next. From here, it's pretty self-explanatory. We want to make a circle, but we need to find the best place to start and the best place to end. So make sure that your circle right here has 48 sides, so C for circle. If I just start at the origin and go 3 meters, let's just give it a shot, see what happens when we go all the way up to the top. Okay, Now, when we squeeze the inner diameter down, you're going to see what's going to happen is this is going to be all messed up right here because the outer diameter is not along there. So that geometry is not going to work so well. So what we need to do is find the best starting place, and that's going to be at this one, which I think is, yes, 1/2 millimeter up. So use T for your tape measure, select along there, hit up for your blue axis, type in 0.5. It puts a little mark right there. C for circle, blue for the up arrow. Up arrow for the blue axis, sorry. Right arrow for the red, type in 3, hit enter. Push-pull that. And we're going to go to right here. Okay. So, now everything else from here is the exact same. We're going to want to, it's the inner diameter ones that we want to scale down, not the outer. So, we're going to hit explode in that one, and then explode here. S for the scale tool. Rotate it so we can see. Hold control to be concentric. Squeeze it in, and remember our number was 0.82. 0.82. Hit enter. Now you can see that it's actually creating those chamfers for us. So that's pretty cool. Do it again. And after this is just some basic cleanup. Okay, so 0.82. Hit enter. Let it finish thinking. Okay, and it's done. And then from here it's just some basic cleanup of getting rid of those and getting rid of these, and we are done. So if you triple click, make a group, look at that, it is a solid. We did good. And now these are way more, actually I don't want to use the word way more, these are precise and accurate to the provided engineering drawing. So the last method that was just with these tips will work for 3D printing because these are almost negligible, but for an accurate, precise engineering drawing, what we just created is very accurate and precise. So there you go. That is part part 3, I think, of this series, and we're just going to keep going. I've got a couple more. Oh, one last thing. Let's make the shank. So hit T, click on the blue axis, and just run it along. That way it gives us a place right here. Go along the red axis and type in 3, because the shank is no bigger than the major diameter. Like that. Let's go maybe even a little that, and then if you want to leave it like right there, you could, or you could even bring it down to cover up that portion right there, but it doesn't matter. Okay, make that a group, and then up here we're going to do our polygon, click here, and we're going to go along the red axis. We're going to hit control, and we're just going to make that 4.5, push pull, make that 2.5, and there we go. Our bolt is almost done. I forgot to we forgot to scale the other side, so let's make it look pretty and just do it from this side. So anyway, that is how you would make very precise, accurate threads in the SketchUp web version or SketchUp Pro using the Draw Helix. It's actually pretty simple and it's pretty cool. Now the next version or the next video I show with a different version of doing this will be specifically for SketchUp Pro, and it's a really cool method. So, but as usual, thanks for watching and have a great day. It's good weather here where I'm at, so I'm going to go outside and enjoy the rest of the day. So thank you for watching.